Hey guys, it's me. It's Queen Osset Haru, and thank you for joining me for another wonderful edition of Ask an Aquarius. If you haven't already, please hit the red subscribe button and smack the bell. Also, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, pass it on to somebody else who might like it, and leave us a positive comment in the comment section. And if you have time, please stick around because I'm going to read out a couple, I think it's like 4 of my favorite comments from previous videos. So stick around to hear if maybe your comment was one of my favorites. So today's video is pretty quick. Somebody just asked me to talk about 5 things that most Aquarius have in common. Now, of course, all Aquarius aren't the same. All of no sign is the same. But there are certain things that I hear from Aquarius themselves over and over and over again. Now, most people, you might know in your personal life a few Aquarius. Some people only know 1, and some people know 5 or 6. But I talk to Aquarius all day. You know, I talk to like 30 different Aquarius every day, and one that's always the same. So I get a chance to survey them and ask them questions. So these are 5 things that most of my Aquarius tell me is part of their makeup. 5 things we generally have in common. So number 1, most Aquarius tell me, including myself, that we're misunderstood. A lot of people misunderstand the intentions, the behavior, the thought processes of Aquarius. Now, most of the time, that's because the Aquarius really doesn't explain. We're very, like I said before, we don't share unless we feel comfortable. So a lot of times people make up what they think we meant, or what they think our motivation was, or what they think we were going for, and they're dead wrong. I watch a lot of different channels to see what they say about Aquarius, and a lot of them that are other zodiac signs from the outside looking in, they're dead wrong. A lot of times they are dead wrong about Aquarius. They might even be more right about other signs, but a lot of people just can't figure us out. So we're very often misunderstood, and we don't always do a lot to clear that up. I know I don't. I clear it up sometimes when I care about it, or when it's somebody that I care about, or if I'm talking to you guys, I might give a detailed explanation. But for the most part, I'm just like, that's on you. If you can't keep up, that's on you. So a lot of Aquarius talk about feeling misunderstood, even by their family and friends sometimes. Number 2, a lot of Aquarius are accused of being eccentric or weird or unusual in some kind of way. You know, we're accused of, because we like strange things, or what people perceive as strange things, or eccentric things. I remember I was in Philadelphia and I saw my daughter's father. Me and her had lunch with him. And I had this pocketbook. It's a tote bag. And you guys know that I love different kinds of novelty tote bags. And I had one of my novelty tote bags, and he was like, that is so eccentric. You know, because he, like, I was seeing him when like 25 years ago. You know, my daughter was 25. So I was seeing him a long time ago. So a lot of things I've gotten into, he knows nothing about. So he was like, what's with the pocketbook, you know? And it just cracked me up. And he was like, that is really eccentric. And I'm like, a novelty pocketbook is eccentric, really? So some of the times, a lot of time, people find us to be eccentric or unusual, or in some kind of way. The things that we're into, the kind of music that I listen to. I listen to a lot of 80s music, a lot of love ballads, mostly, predominantly. And people always think that's so strange, you know, especially other people of color, because I don't listen to a lot of rap. I don't listen to hip hop that much. I do like R&B, but a lot of people of color be like, oh, you didn't hear the new something, and I'm like, huh? Who is that, you know? So a lot of times it seems eccentric or strange to them, you know, my musical selections even. A lot of Aquarius said for number 3 that they had bad tempers. A lot of Aquarius say that their temper is awful. And I must agree with this one too. My temper is awful. That's why I do a lot of different coping mechanisms to keep myself from getting upset. That's one of the things that I've taught myself, not to get in arguments with people. When somebody says something stupid, just scroll on, move past it. I've taught myself, breathing techniques, meditations, all kind of things to keep from popping somebody in their mouth. So a lot of Aquarius told me they have bad tempers too. Every time I meet an Aquarius, I ask them about their temper, because I'm like, what do you do about your temper? I'm always trying to get little tips about the whole temper thing. And most of the time, nothing really happens for my temper to flare up. But in essence, I am a dragon. I'm Aquarius with a Sagittarius moon and an Aquarius rising, air and fire, dragon. So in essence, I never forget the dragon is there. I never forget that. And I'm always trying to keep myself nice and even and dealing with people the way I want to be dealt with. Because I can snap fast and cuss somebody out. And I don't think it's cool to verbally abuse people. So over the years, I've taught myself, shut up. Shut all that up. Take your ass home. So a lot of times, a lot of people who normally would have got choked are very blessed because I got into spirituality. So a lot of Aquarius tell me that, and some of them are still struggling with it. They're still trying to find coping mechanisms for it. So if you see an Aquarius snap or cuss somebody out or kick somebody's ass, that's pretty common. I think most of us are intelligent enough to try not to assault people, but that temper is there. And most of us, the people that I talked to especially, said it was mostly when they were younger that they had the biggest problem with this. So we calm down as we get older. Humanitarians, number 4. A lot of Aquarius tell me that they have a cause. Most of them is a human cause, but it could be a non-human cause like saving the whales or something like that. But a lot of Aquarius have a cause or causes that they're very passionate about. I mean, extremely passionate about. And it's something like, it could be women's rights or equal rights, or, it's always something, it could be adjudicated youth, or it's all kinds of different things that Aquarius get into. Feeding the homeless, battered women. I've seen Aquarius in all kinds of different capacities in human rights issues, and I see them in like social work. I see Aquarius doing, things to help people, peace missions, all kind of stuff like that. Aquarius are very much into humanitarian efforts. And some of us, it's just because I really feel like it's just what's in our heart. I think a lot of us, it's just there. And I think that Aquarius care about humanity as a whole. We are the sign of friendship. So we care about the earth and the people on it as a whole. We're more of a macro. So we like to do things that help large amounts of people, things like that. Scholarship programs and even education. A lot of Aquarius get into education, educating people so they can go forward and help the world be a better place. So a lot of Aquarius, even the Aquarius that are what I would call low vibrational, a lot of them even have a cause. They might not be a nice person, but a lot of them will have things they really care about, and they really have causes. So if you know an Aquarius, is high chance that they're into some type of humanitarian effort, which I've always been into. I've always had a soft spot for people who were weaker. Ever since I was a little girl, I remember I would come home from school at like 4 and 5 years old and teach my friends the things I learned at school, because I realized they weren't getting as good of an education. I realized that as a 5-year-old, because I would be doing stuff in school they didn't get to yet. And I'm like, you don't know how to write your name yet? You didn't get to the ABCs yet, so they were behind. And I was like, So I felt sorry for them. And that's one of the things that gets me into a lot of trouble. Feeling sorry for people. And to this day, it gets me in trouble. I'm telling you, feeling sorry for people has gotten me in a lot of trouble, because I feel bad for them, then I want to help them, and then I'm sucked in to their madness, basically. And I had to learn how to be detached, how to stand back and help people from a distance. And the last one is detached. Because Aquarius are very often detached, that's number 5. A lot of Aquarius tell me that they're detached. And when I say detached, I mean that they're able to keep their energy back, even in their family relationships. Some Aquarius don't even talk to their family members, or they live in the house with them and don't really fool with them like that, you know? Aquarius have a tendency to be extremely detached and can detach very easily. The only time an Aquarius can't detach is when something is very much emotionally connected to us. That's when it's difficult to detach. The hard part for us is attaching. That's the hard part, like, you know, allowing ourselves to attach, because most of us don't trust it. So staying detached, staying back, that's why when you get into a relationship with Aquarius, and a lot of times you'll notice it's casual. It's usually very casual. We're very friendly and we'll look out, but it's very casual. People don't always see us a lot. We might pop up here and there, you know, that kind of thing. And in a romantic relationship, we're usually not open to committing quickly. It usually takes us a while. We stay detached for a while. All right, guys, let me tell you my favorite comments. Sky Gems made a comment and she said, I saw that tweet, Queen. I love that tweet. I 100% agree. People nowadays lack will and discipline. Nobody can stop you from achieving your goals but you. Yesterday I did a video and I was talking about this tweet this guy did. If you want to see it, check out yesterday's video. Tweet is actually in. It says something about the tweet that ended a 6-year friendship. That's the video. Check that one out, because that's what she's responding to. And nobody can stop you from achieving your goals. If you really, she's 100% correct. I think this is she, Sky Gems. I can't tell. Could be a man. But Sky Gems, you are 100% correct, and thank you so much for your comment, because you're right. No one can stop you but you. If you don't accomplish the things that you want to accomplish, it's because you allowed obstacles to stop you. And I'm getting ready to talk about that actually in the next video. So that's actually a good tweet, a good comment to take me into the next video. And then I have someone said, this person's name is I Am Gids. Excuse me. I Am Gids, Gids. And they said, I distanced from a negative friend who kept making insensitive comments about this being a fake virus, blah, blah. I had to in order to keep my vibration up. I totally distanced myself from them despite being friends for over 8 years. Their negative energy was getting too much for me, so I simply stopped all communication. They then unfollowed me on Instagram and blocked me on WhatsApp. Really? I gave them the extra special royal wave goodbye. They won't be missed. Deuces. You won't be missed. Deuces. I feel you on that. If somebody's energy is extremely negative, I will cut them off. I will stop communication with them. And some people get angry about it, but I don't really care, because I feel like you have to protect, and I don't even feel like it, you have to protect your energy. You have to protect your own space. You have to protect your aura. You got to protect yourself. So if people that are around you are bringing negative energy or bringing low vibration, I say don't hang around them, period. Because again, your vibration is your responsibility. You can't be like, well, I want to have a high vibration, but my friends won't let me. Well, I want to have a high vibration, but this person's negativity is rubbing off on me. I just feel like you got to do whatever you got to do to keep yourself, you know, like you even talked about your own energy. You got to do whatever you got to do to keep your own energy where you want it. And if people come around, no matter how long you've known them, no matter what the case is, if they come around and they're taken away from your peace, you have every right to kick them to the curb, or to just back up, or to change the dynamics of the relationship. A relationship is not stagnant, it's fluid. So the dynamics of it can change throughout time. You might be closer to someone than you are at other times, or vice versa. So a relationship can change, and if they have become negative because they can't deal with a situation, like right now, a lot of people right now that I've peeped, I told you guys, a lot of negativity, a lot of arguments, a lot of violence. I ain't getting in none of that. None of that. Like, I just be like, My block button is severely overused. Trust and believe me. All right, now it is time for me to go on to the next video. So if you would like to have a reading done, please email me and come back soon because I have a lot more to say. See you later.